Alright kids, it's time for another episode of KittyKatGaming with your host, Mortimer!
KKG! KKG! Yay!
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode of KittyKatGaming. We are playing more A Mortician's Tale. So many people requested I play this game, and so far I am loving it. We're on episode 4 right now. And we have some new emails. This one's from Chad Grant, and he says, "We are pleased to bring on the Rose and Daughters as part of Hillside Heritage Enterprises Incorporated. They will be another institution amongst hundreds of other properties owned across the country." Ah, fuck off. But of course, as part of the adjustment process to the Hillside Heritage Enterprises Inc. culture, there will be a number of changes that will come to Rose and Daughters. We will send out the memo regarding the specifics and details of these changes, and we expect them to be followed impeccably. Glad to be leading the way for Rose and Daughters from now on. What the hell? Can I just say, first of all, that this is bullshit. Knowing how these corporations run, I wouldn't be surprised if they are monitoring our emails now. No, okay, I don't really believe that. I'm just upset. I get that Amy didn't have much of a choice. You can only fight a huge corporation taking all of your business for so long. This isn't 6 feet under. I don't get that reference. And they just swooped in, and now we have to deal with their BS practices. They're colder than the corpses I picked up from the morgue this morning. Who charges this much for funerals? It feels dirty and exploitive. Let's grab a drink after work. I need to blow off some steam, and emails aren't really the most appropriate place to do this. Too late for me, I guess. P.S. If you're reading this, Hillside Overlord, good. From Jen, she says, "Can't write much right now. I have a lot of work I have to do with an inguinal hernia from 1750. It's the oldest in our collection. And you can even see this bit of paper the surgeon put in after removing the hernia. Super cool. I'll send a link when I have it cataloged. What is my life? What is that sentence I just typed? But anyways, this event that I'm forwarding you is taking place near you. Figured you'd be into it. Might help with that feeling of restlessness you were talking about before. Oh no. Could be good to talk about some of the things you're feeling. Lots of death-positive people there. Sounds like it'd be a safe space. We are invited to a death cafe. Oh, that sounds so nice. Come increase awareness of death with a view to helping people and others make the most of their finite lives. Join us, have a tea and cake, and talk with others about our thoughts, fears, and illuminations on death. The founders of the Death Cafe movement, John Underwood, once said, "When people talk about death and dying, it tends to illustrate their humanity." See everyone at the Upside Down Jar next Thursday. Oh, that sounds so nice. I wonder if they do those around here. Funeral Monthly says, "Funeral rites, even in our own culture, may be something many of us may be unfamiliar with. For many people, all they know of funeral traditions are what they've seen in the media. But, and I think this goes without saying, funeral rites and traditions aren't the same across the board. Different cultures have different protocols for cleaning a body to different aspects of their service itself. Religion provides different paths for dealing with the death, but the goal is almost always the same, offering support, guidance, and to ease the people who are grieving. In Judaism, internment usually begins immediately after someone has passed. Up until the burial, the body is never supposed to be alone, so often families will appoint a shomer, a guardian, to remain with the body. Oof. Preparations for burials begin as soon as possible in Muslim traditions as well. Local Islamic community organizations are also often involved and help the family make arrangements for the funeral service and burial. But not all practices are strictly religiously focused. In the aughts in South Korea, the amount of graveyard space began to shrink drastically, causing a law to be passed that required families to remove a loved one's body from its burial place after 60 years. Many families began to cremate more often, but there are also companies that compress remains into beads in turquoise, pink, or black called death beads. This also occurs in North Korea, Europe, and Japan, but remains much more common in South Korea because of the space issue in graveyards and the expense of cremation. And not all practices are somber either. Even hearing the turning of the bones, or famadihana, a ritual by the Malagasy people of Madagascar, famadihana has families return to an ancestral crypt, exhume the bodies wrapped in a cloth before dancing with the bodies to lively music. This practice is a celebration, remembrance, and the way of keeping the deceased involved in the family news. Death can be a difficult time for many people, obviously, but that doesn't mean there isn't beauty in the ways we choose to honor and celebrate our deceased. Yes, I love this. Man, that's so great. All right, so we have a new cremation. Charlotte, below are the details for our next client. Ensure you follow the requested specifications exactly. After you are done, I will review your work in order to properly evaluate you at the end of the month. This is the new CEO talking to us. Thank you, Mr. Grant, for agreeing to take care of Jocelyn's cremation. The bike accident was, well, it was more than I was expecting. I know she wanted to be cremated, and to be honest, I don't think I could bear seeing her like that after what happened. What are the specifications? I just know that our services. Wow. We offer many packages fitted to suit every size of gathering and budget. Ask us about our selection of caskets, urns, and headstones, the largest in the country. Funeral packages. Bronze funeral package. An intimate gathering and memorial for your loved one, customized to fit your individual needs. Call us 24/7 for a quote. What are his specifications? He didn't say. Just that they wanted to be cremated, that's it? I mean, we can do that. Shit. How many times have we cremated a body? I guess maybe they won't tell us how to do it now. Before we cremate Mrs. Lonesco, we'll need to prepare her body. Let's start by removing Miss Lesenko's watch. Click on the round identification tag, place it in the coffin. Wow, she's pretty. Great, she's all set to be cremated now. This is easy peasy. There's the brush we used to get all your remains out. There is always some of your body dust left, like ash left inside the cremator, and you might even get a little bits of someone else's ash, by the way, if you never knew that. Just kind of to be expected. We'll need to use a cremulator to break those bone fragments down to ash-like remains. Let's start placing the urn in the cremulator. That's a pretty urn. Okay, and then we're gonna place the bone fragments in. Oop. Do I lose points for battering the bones? Okay, and then we're gonna take this. Get in there. And then the lid. And we're done. All done. Matthew will take the urn to the funeral parlor and present it alongside some flowers. It's time to attend the funeral. Follow the urn ahead of the funeral parlor. Well, I thought we were gonna get, like, checked up on to make sure we were following the rules correctly or some shit. Alright, wow, there's a lot of people here this time. Let's see what these people are saying. Do they like the food? Should we do a vigil at the spot? Careless drivers, I swear to God. Aww. She was always so careful, wore her helmet, signaled, used the bike lanes. Asshole drivers, they need to pay attention. Have you heard what's happening to the driver? No, I haven't wanted to ask Leah. This has been hard enough on them without asking about legal ramifications of all of this. Yeah, after all this, let's see what we can do to help them. Shouldn't deal with the death of their partner all by themselves. I have to go through all her things. How am I supposed to decide what to keep? If you need help, I can help. No, thanks, I mean, but no, I don't know. It's so intimate. Feels like I should do it by myself. She would have killed me if she saw things we have. Haha, yeah, she was kind of a closed book except to you. Yeah, she was special. No. I'm glad I'm here, but wow, I just need a glass of wine and a binge watch something right now. Yep. Seems like all these people really cared about her. So glad it was a cremation. I would have lost it seeing her body. Well, let's see. Pay our respects. And we're done. I don't think to play the game that we have to talk to everybody. I think we can just pay our respects and leave. But it's always nice to talk to people, right? So now we're in March. And we're watering our plants. We got an email. Let's see what it says. I like this game. It's so calming. Rules and code of conduct. Charlie, I need a drink. Beer after work? Also, I really want mozzarella sticks. I can be both hungry and angry, and no, I will not say hangry ever. Hello, as stated in a previous email, here are the new rules and code of conduct. I expect you to follow the rule for now on, while on any premises belonging to Hillside Heritage Enterprises Incorporated. First and foremost, there is a required uniform and strict dress code from now on. Second, most important to this is that no tattoos are to be visible. If you have visible tattoos, ensure they are properly covered and hidden. When speaking with customers and clients, consider the opportunity to upsell, i.e. always encourage the deceased loved ones to purchase the higher quality packages. Ew. We find that encouraging loved ones to think of the comfort and style of the deceased as an experience with no price limit on it. Additionally, food is no longer allowed to be brought in, instead encourage the deceased loved ones to purchase our premium sandwiches and appetizer food packages. Our partner catering concepts provides high quality food that will be delivered weekly from the factory and can be easily defrosted the morning of the funeral. I expect all of the above changes to be instituted effective immediately to ensure a smooth transition to high quality service with Hillside Heritage. Ugh. Hello, Charlotte. I have reviewed a request on behalf of the potential family inquiring if we at Hillside Heritage Enterprises can and will perform green burials. I should have informed you of this at the beginning, but we do not perform green funerals as they are not cost effective. All employees and subsidiaries of Hillside Heritage Enterprises Inc. must comply. We do not wish to lose potential customers, though, so do try your hardest to convince the families requesting green burials to instead to choose a traditional burial package, complete with embalming caskets and vaults instead. I trust you will ensure we do not lose any customers, Charlotte. Fuck you. Okay. I'm proud to announce that the Hillside Heritage Enterprises Inc. received a contract with the city to dispose of any unclaimed bodies. This is an important revenue stream for us, as I'm sure I don't need to explain to you, Charlotte. Although Hillside Heritage Enterprises Inc., do I have to say the whole name, is being paid a decent wage from the city for the services, cremation is referred here as the most cost-efficient of the two options. The first of the unclaimed bodies we'll be handling belongs to a middle-aged man, possibly homeless, whose body has yet to be claimed. No special preparations are needed for this cadaver aside from the cremation. And then Jen says, I just saw a video of a gorilla walking on its hind legs, like a human being, Charlie, a human being. We as a species have seen the beginning of their end. And Funeral Monthly says, the appeal of a funeral home funeral is apparently for many, especially if the deceased was somebody very close to you. The idea of keeping them at home until they were ready to be buried or cremated can be comforting. It wasn't that long ago that we were taking care of our own deceased, but nowadays people are quick to pass off their loved ones to a funeral home. Most families aren't given the option. They assume this is mandatory. Funeral homes will almost always prepare the deceased using embalming and other methods to make them appear more alive, but isn't this process counterintuitive to the grieving process? Yes. Being around the deceased allows the bereaved to spend a longer period of time with their loved one's body, which can help them mourn or give opportunities to family members and friends to see the deceased one last time before they are taken to the burial or cremated. The idea of keeping the deceased body at home might sound gross, but it's important to understand that decomposition takes a long time, and you can slow down this process by keeping your home cool and dry. To be around your loved ones and to see them decay naturally is an important part of the grieving process. Home funerals aren't just more intimate, but they are also economical. A traditional funeral, complete with body preparation, service, flowers, cards, and many other hidden costs and fees, can cost upwards of $7,000 to $10,000. When you're able to take care of your loved one yourself, to wash and dress them, and to organize their viewing from home, the only cost remaining is entirely in the cremation or burial itself. However, it's important to understand that different rules apply given on what state you live in. In all states, it's legal to have your loved one's body at home after they die. Like states like Alabama, Connecticut, Illinois, Indiana, Louisiana, Michigan, Nebraska, New Jersey, and New York require a funeral director's involvement from signing the death certificate to overseeing burial or cremation. If this is a route you decide to go for yourself or your loved one, make sure you follow everything by the book, but just know that this may be an option available to you and your loved ones if you so choose. Interesting. Alright, well, next time in the next episode of KittyKatGaming, we're gonna take care of this unclaimed body. Let me know down below what you guys think. If you guys like this game, if you think it's boring. Personally, I am thoroughly enjoying this game. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button so you guys don't miss it, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye, everybody!